Spiritual motion versus worldly motion. Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about spiritual motion versus worldly motion. You know what I'm saying? So which one is better? Spiritual motion or worldly motion? I'm gonna keep it real with you. Spiritual motion is better. And I'm gonna just give y'all like comparisons, whatever you call it. I'm gonna give you the comparison between spiritual motion versus worldly motion. Now, for those of you who don't know what motion is pretty much like how do you even explain that? Like motion, it's motion, bro. Like some people have like financial motion, you know what I'm saying? Some people have like, usually motion is like financial in worldly terms. Like, oh, you know, you got motion, like you got like, it's like you got a certain type of pull, bruh. You have like, either it's like a financial pull, you have some type of influence, some type of like fame. So motion is pretty much like some type of pull, some type of influence. It's influence and pull. That's what motion truly is. For those of you who didn't know, but I'm just gonna be comparing like spiritual motion versus worldly motion. Because, okay, let's get into the examples. Worldly motion is something like an influencer who has like a lot of like popularity. That's worldly motion, like a worldly influencer. You know what I'm saying? It could be like a worldly Twitch streamer. On top of the food chain, they have all this, they just on top of the game, on top of their career, or whatever you want to call it, on top of the pyramid, the food chain, they just have all this motion. They on top of the game, you know what I'm saying? So they have that, what you call that worldly motion. It could be financial, it could be like fame, you know what I'm saying? They have all these girls, they have all this money, all these cars. Worldly motion, pretty much, right? Now, when you talk about spiritual motion though, spiritual motion is like more subtle and more hidden a lot of times. Now, a peak example of like worldly motion versus spiritual motion, it will be something like, who can I use? It could be something like a popular rapper or a singer. Know what I'm saying? A popular rapper or a singer, they have what you call worldly motion. But spiritual motion, let's say somebody is like really like a legend in God's kingdom, like a Moses in the Bible. Moses had spiritual motion. Now you see where I'm going with this. Okay, you take like a very influential, popular singer in the world or a rapper in the world, you know what I'm saying? And you compare that to Moses in the Bible. Moses had that spiritual motion. These rappers and singers and R&B singers, bro, they got that worldly motion. Which one is better? Hey, bro, I'm here to tell you, bro, that spiritual motion different. Yeah, sure, the worldly person could have all this motion where, you know, they get all these girls, they have all this money, they have all these cars, you know, that worldly motion, right? They could pretty much like, get with anybody that they want because, you know, a lot of people, they easy. They just go for money. They see somebody who has a lot of money and a lot of fame. A lot of these women is folding. A lot of these men is folding. They just gonna go for any worldly dude who has money and fame. You know, that's how a lot of these women be. They see a worldly dude with money and fame, they just going for that dude. But look though, let me tell you something. Spiritual motion, bro, a person could have worldly motion, but they cannot do the things that the person with spiritual motion has done. They can't do it. A person could have worldly motion, they have all this money, all these cars, They can't split the Red Sea. They can't do that, bro. That's spiritual motion, bro. They cannot do that. They could have $1 billion. They could have all the cars in the world, all the women in the world. They cannot split the Red Sea, bro. They don't have that anointing from God. They can't do that. Know what I'm saying? That's that spiritual motion. Spiritual motion is when God anoints Samson with supernatural strength. Samson was a superhero, bro. That's that spiritual motion. Samson then killed 1,000 men with like a jawbone over a donkey, bro. Like, bro, one man killed 1,000 men, bro. What? One man killed 1,000 enemies, bro. Samson was a superhero. Samson had that spiritual motion, bro. You can't do that. These influencers can't do that just because they have all these followers and all this money. They cannot go and pick up, they cannot go in the Bible times and pick up like a jawbone of a donkey and knock out like 1,000 soldiers. Hell no, bro. That's some supernatural. That is some superhero stuff right there. That's that spiritual motion, bro. It's better. That spiritual motion is different, bro. Hey, bro, that spiritual motion is different. Let me tell you something. These people who have all this worldly motion, they cannot split the Red Sea. They cannot go inside the lion's den of these hungry lions and walk out alive like Daniel. That's that spiritual motion, Daniel. Daniel had spiritual motion. Moses had spiritual motion. Samson had spiritual motion. You cannot do these things. Jesus is the king of spiritual motion. This man was walking on water. What? Bro, these people can't walk on no water, bro. Bro, your favorite influencers, all these people with the worldly motion, they cannot walk on water. They can't do it. They can't do it. You know what I'm saying? They can't walk on water. You know what I'm saying? They cannot split the Red Sea. They cannot survive the lion's den. You know what I'm saying? What's that story of Abednego and Shadrach and somebody, like the three people who was thrown into the fire and they came out alive? That's that spiritual motion, bro. These worldly influencers cannot survive being thrown into the fire. They cannot live. They don't have that spiritual motion like that, bro. They don't have it, bro. Spiritual motion is different, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Hey, bro, spiritual motion is too different. Know what I'm saying? What's another example? Bro, I'm going to use my life as an example, too. Because I have spiritual motion now. Know what I'm saying? I have spiritual motion. Bruh, these worldly people who have all this worldly motion, they can't beat me when it comes to like work ethic. I work all of them, bro. And I'm not even bragging, but I have like the fire of God over my life. I outwork people like it's nothing, bro. Like they don't have that grind like me, bro. Bro, I work so hard to whereas it's almost like people don't even know how much work I've done for God's kingdom. They have no idea. Bro, I done did thousands and thousands of art pieces for God's kingdom. I done did like over 1,000 videos for God's kingdom. I think one time I did like 1,000 videos. Then I deleted all of them. Then I was like, yeah, that was warm up. Let me start over. Yeah, I done did like 1,000 videos on YouTube. I think I reached probably close to 1,000, or maybe it was like, maybe it was either close to 500 or maybe even close to 1,000. Deleted all of them. I was like, hey, but that was warm up. Let me start over. I did all the mess, deleted all them videos. I was like, I'm just warming up. Man, these people don't have that type of work ethic. They have no idea. They have zero type of work ethic like that. Man, I done did like supernatural things in my life because God, bro, the hand of God is over my life. So God gives me like supernatural strength to just do stuff that people can't even comprehend, bro. You know what I'm saying? I be doing stuff that people don't even know about, bro. I done did thousands and thousands and thousands of art pieces for God's kingdom. Thousands, bro. This was years ago when I was doing this stuff. Thousands of artwork. Bro, before all the AI and all this stuff, bro, I was doing artwork, bro. Just natural, organic, bro. Bro, I was doing so much work. Even when it comes to music, bro. But I done did 1,000 songs. Then I deleted 1,000, not deleted them. I kind of like unreleased them. I did like 1,000 songs, then I kind of made them all private. I made all them songs private because I was like, ah, that's just warm up, bro. Not like in a prideful way, but it's like, it's not worthy to be put out. So I just made private like 1,000 songs, bro. Just you know, just supernatural strength from God. Like that's that spiritual motion. So spiritual motion shows up in a lot of ways. And oh yeah, let's not even get started about talent within itself. Talent, your talent could be spiritual motion, bro. Your talent is so amazing to whereas people be like, damn, bro, there's something about that person. He's so talented. Like that's how people look at me when they look at my artwork and they look at like my website and how well organized my website is and how my artwork is so fire and my music is fire and everything, like, you know what I'm saying? Everything that I do is fire, bro. I have a page on my website that's called All My Songs. That's where I put all my music. People be like, damn, your music fire, your artwork is fire. Like my talent is like literal spiritual motion as well, bro. But like I was saying, bro, spiritual motion shows up in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Bro, Jesus was healing the blind, bro. Jesus was healing people. That's spiritual motion. Worldly people who have worldly motion, they cannot heal people. You know what I'm saying? They can't heal people, bro. They can't raise people from the dead, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, they cannot raise people from the dead, bro. They cannot raise people from the dead, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people may say, oh, this influencer, they might could have they might could have worldly motion and they could get somebody like some type of eye surgery to where they could see again. But bro, Jesus was like just literally just healing people just without all this technology, bro. Like just straight supernatural power. Jesus was raising people from the dead. Try that. People who done died, bro, for a couple of days, but Jesus was like, hey, bro, arise. And these people walking, these people ain't got no spiritual motion like that, bro. Jesus is the king of spiritual motion, bro. What's another Bible example, man, bro? There's so many stories in the Bible. Spiritual motion, bro. Like there was an angel in the Bible that killed over 185 soldiers, I believe, 185,000. Yeah, 185,000 soldiers. There was an angel in the Bible that did that. That's spiritual motion. Your favorite influencer or your favorite singer and rapper cannot kill 185,000 enemy soldiers in one night. It is not happening. By themselves, just them and the sword, bro, they can't do that. With a sword, bro, like they can't even do that type of stuff, bro. Whatever, I don't know what weapon the angel had, bro. I'm pretty sure it was a sword, but like, bro, they can't even do that, bro. They can't do that. Can't do none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, if they can't do that with a sword, you knocking out 185,000 soldiers with a sword, bro? Hell no, they can't do that. They cannot do that, bro. It's not happening, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's another example of spiritual motion versus worldly motion? Bro, like, I'm telling you, bro, like, spiritual motion is way better. And a lot of people, bro, they just chase that worldly motion. They chase that worldly motion, bro, but failing to realize, bro, that when you have spiritual motion could have you financially blessed as well. But your blessings is going to come with peace. That worldly motion, bro, you're going to have money in the world, but it's like, that money gonna come with all type of stress and problems and this and that, bro. Know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, bro, spiritual motion is way better than worldly motion. Spiritual motion is more hidden a lot of times. Like, it's hidden. Like, bro, people be having spiritual motion, but it's hidden. Some of it is just hidden. It's not, they ain't even showing it off like that, bro. Real talk. But, bro, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about, man. Like, spiritual motion versus worldly motion, bro. But I'd rather have that spiritual motion, bro. What? You pray to God and God hears your prayers and God answers your prayers, bro. Like, you have that relationship with God, bro. Like, that's spiritual motion. Even having a relationship with God, bro, that's spiritual motion. praying to God and God listens to your prayers and God answers your prayers in your times of need and really helps you. That's that spiritual motion. Know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these worldly people, bruh, they be crying now, but it's like when they cry out, God ain't gonna hear them because they wicked, bro. Now, so some of these people be wicked, so when they cry out to God, God ain't even gonna try to hear them because they not righteous. God is listening to the righteous, bro. People who really want to change and really want to follow God, bro. Like, so there's so many different examples of worldly motion versus spiritual motion. I don't know. I might do a part 2 to this message, but I'm not sure. If y'all want a part 2, just let me know, bro. Like, go on the open chat rooms page on my website and let me know if y'all want a part 2 to this message. Spiritual motion versus worldly motion. And when you go on the open chat rooms page on my website, cause like there's different sections on that page. Go to the section that says leave comments about my YouTube videos here. And yeah, just say you want a part 2 to this message. And then I would do a part 2. On the open chat rooms page, and the section says leave comments about my YouTube videos here on my website. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about, man. Know what I'm saying? Peace.